As I said before, today's going to be philosophy day, so I'm going to talk to you about some philosophical things that I keep in mind. The first one is utilitarianism, and that scares me because it's a little bit out of bounds, but the idea is that it's all for the greater good, and that is just something to keep in mind specifically. And maybe if you put it differently than me, that's just you. But I just know, based on what I said before and my own beliefs, that it's not what I believe personally in regards to morality, but it is what I believe in regards to the soul, because I think that everyone should work together on a common path. We should all do it for the greater good of ourselves and for humanity, rather, even. So, yes, for humanity, rather, even. So, but anyway, I think that with all of us working together towards a common goal, or rather in a common direction, we can achieve great things. We can achieve the most we can ever achieve in regards to anything alternatively considered. And it's the most we can do as a race is to work together, and once we achieve that, then we can just start to progress and start to prosper and start to flourish. So once we get that on track completely, and everyone's on the same page, as I think we're pretty much set on, or set for, or set on for, as course wise, we should all be good, because we'll all have it handled. That's what we can do, what we need to do, and what to do with everyone, what to do with our time, which is the greatest things. We can play games, we can entertain ourselves, we can entertain each other. That's kind of the idea of game shows, talk shows, and reality shows and things like that. You follow the people you want to follow, see the things you want to see, and you get entertained by the things you want to be entertained by, just by tuning into what you want. So, anyway, the idea of self-sacrifice is that some things you don't want to do, but if it's for the greater good, you have to, because every single person has to, so it's only fair that you have to too. So that's what I feel ethically wise in regards to the human soul. So that's kind of my stance on that. When I say kind of, I mean, like, it totally is. So, but anyway, apart from that, another thing that I guess I want to talk about is the idea of fairness, I guess. Fairness in society is important, and it's paramount and key to maintaining a Southern style kind of kingdom, I guess you could say, but a reality where everyone gets along with each other, but in a fair kind of way, where they don't feel anything is unequal, or exactly that word, unfair. But to be done in a way where everything is kind of under a single Southern rule. What was that about? That was very strange. I don't know who swears, but no one I know would want to know, at least at this point in time. I was going to say under sovereign rule, and what the hell was that about is what I was saying. So I don't know what that was about. But anyway, what I was going to say is that's the idea of keeping everything in a kingdom fair, and every game has rules, and every person has a different reality. So, and every reality is sovereign. I've never heard that referred to as kingdoms, but I don't know, because I don't really know what the deal is with what's going on right now, in regards to everything that's affecting me, and how and why it's able to affect me. So, I don't know. Anyway, it shouldn't, is the answer. So any king can keep in line, any just ruler. Actually, I don't know that. I have no clue. Anyway, the idea is pretty prevalent in our society of fairness and equality. So it's kind of the establishment of basic human rights. It's kind of the basis for what is every human being's, as an extension. Primitive birthright, maybe? I have no clue. I'm talking spit right now. But anyway, I'm just saying that Israel's a whole different country, and they have their own entire thing. So if you're interested in birthright, maybe you should go check out Israel and see what that's about. But anyway, that's just something that we have. What I just remember, it's not anything Israeli, but in our country that kind of binds us to the ideas of what our country kind of stands for in regards to human rights. So anyway, what else I was going to talk about is how some people don't get two things. One, that not every opinion holds the same weight, and two, that not every person is on your side. So the two questions that you should always ask yourself is, can I trust this person, and do I value their opinion? Because if you don't, disregard it immediately and don't buy into any of that bullshit that people talk about, which is the whole play stupid games, win stupid prizes, subreddit's entire joke. But if you don't just waiting, there's something I was gonna say. Now everything's like stuck. I don't know. And it's all empty. And they're still playing against my existence, is what I'm getting. Huh. So did you ever notice anything in existence that was strange? I noticed something the other day that was really strange, and this was when Linda Hickson woke up in the entirety of all of existence, started bothering me in my reality, and started trying to take my body and put it into other people's bodies, piece by piece, and that's not okay, not something I condone. So no thanks. But anyway, I just want to say some people are fucked up in the head. Anyway. And if they want an objective forgiveness, then they should talk to an object and not me. Anyway. I guess she doesn't get the joke because she's too stupid, and too blunt, and too dumb. The idea is if she doesn't treat me like a human being, she can go fuck herself. Anyway, that's all that I care about stupid dumb Hicks from Pittsburgh. If she thinks it's the joke, then she's the joke, because she turns around and threw it right back in her face. Anyway, I get this joke. She's supposed to be smart, but she's not. That's why it's a joke. So she just fell into her own trap, which means she can't even make the joke because she's too stupid. Anyway, that's just something to say about a person I know, honestly. So, and I don't lie because it's not worth my life and everything else associated with it. So, anyway, some people are just stupid biblically, and that's just really annoying. They think that I have to regurgitate the things they already taught because they're too stupid to teach them, and they're too lazy to teach them themselves. But anyway, that's a personal problem for them and for whoever just fucked up their life. So they have to pay for that and deal with that now. But to the person who's appropriate, because I don't care. I'm just the middleman. I handle everything from the central point. That's why I own the world, but I don't have to do any of the grunt work. So it's great. It's cool. It's limbs like clockwork, but it flows right through me. So it's like it's being aqualicious, and aqualicious all at once. It's great. Anyway, in case you want to hear more folklore, lupine is the exact alpha term for someone in the werewolf family, and that is the exact term to refer to someone who is an alpha werewolf. So, yes. Anyway, the next thing I'm referring to about is amphibious transports from Red Alert 2. Those are like the weirdest thing ever in Red Alert 2. Did you ever think about those? It's like, why would you ever use those when you could just train the Navy and just train tanks and just go on land or by sea? If you had to go across the water, like what even map were you playing on? Because there's no maps I can remember that had like water you had to cross. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. The idea of being in, what was I gonna say? I'll make like 1 point, maybe 2 more points, and then I'm gonna wrap it up because it's like getting to 8 minutes, and I think that's like about a good duration for video. But I'll say 2 more things because I started off one video on a roll. In this video, I guess started off on a spree, but I don't know what that is. Because I'm not like doing anything associated with that. Something that I know of. It's like when you're on a roll and then you're on a game show and you just keep knocking things down. It's like bam, bam, bam. You know, it's awesome. Anyway, the next thing I'm gonna talk about is the idea of game shows. I think we should take our game shows to the next level, and that's just me in America saying, you know, if we always have the same game shows, it's gonna get boring after a while. Because like The Price is Right is like a good show, and like it's still on TV, but I think it's appealing to different audiences, maybe more so than other shows might be based on ratings, I think. But who knows? Maybe it's a popular show still, and maybe it should be forever. Maybe it could be that one show that always stays on forever. Or maybe it's, I I don't know, not with the current generation. I don't know because I don't have the statistics. But all I'm saying is we should definitely at least have some variety, because they say variety is the spice of life, and that's what we need and should have. But of course, if you're betting on the writers of yesterday to keep writing shows, you're out of luck and you're stupid. But not in the two ways that I would put it if I could choose my words freely in America, but with the right circumstances being adhered to, but rather the right circumstances being allowed and or put into place and or caused to be the exact status quo as they should be, to ensure that absolute freedom does exist the exact way that it was intended to be. So I just wanted to make sure I really got that out right. So anyway, the idea is that communications is never a competition, or that it should be never a competition. The idea I'm exactly trying to say is communications should never be a competition. Communications are used to convey points, and if you want to have a competition involving points, you're stupid, first of all, but I would suggest you go into the category of arguments, and you maybe join a debate team. But that is as much as I can say about that, because I was unallowed to say it the way I wanted to say it first time. So that's just an unfairness in existence, which goes against my American rights, and I protest that. But anyway, the next thing I'm going to say is that nothing's ever a problem unless it becomes a problem, as soon as the problem has to be dealt with. So, just simply the way things are. If you notice a problem, you're not the only one maybe, but once there's a problem, there's a problem. It has to be dealt with. It's like what James Franco once said, the monkey can't go back in the bottle. So, unfortunately, once something exists, it exists, and it has to be dealt with as something that is existent. So, anyway. I'm still... I don't know. Just strange. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to keep talking about is the idea that things that are outside the norm of what you've experienced before are not necessarily abnormal. They're just abnormal for you. So if you think your reality is the only one, you're dead wrong. And if you think your reality can control the world, you're wrong once again. If you don't know anything about anything, then it probably because you're stupid. And if a British person called you a stupid American, you should thank them for being right and for sharing that opinion with you, because British people can do that. They just enlighten you on the fact that you're stupid and American. Which is maybe you get one chance to redeem yourself and not disgrace our country as being, a pitiful person. But anyway, that being said, there's plenty of Americans who aren't exactly that, and that's the kind of American you should strive to be. So that's my message to the country and to the citizens of it. If you don't want to make a joke out of yourself and be an embarrassment to the world, or embarrassment to our country on the world stage, you should probably take your life seriously. Really realize there's no one else's responsibility to make you anything different than you are, because you're an American. And if you're not American made and you're not born in the USA, let's just say you're not quite Houston material, because you'd probably be a problem for at least a lot of people I know. But anyway, that's a Texas thing, and you don't want to mess with Texas, because Texas is about as American as it gets. Just saying. I'm going to set this here and prop it up. Keep this. Actually, I don't know how to start with. I can keep this something. So it would fall out. I don't care where I can honor that. So I don't know. This isn't lighting. I'm tasting like a weird who cares? There's not. Because I'm the metaphorical emperor and it's blood sport, so. Dance, monkey, dance. It kills people for amusement. Oh, but I still wearing my... Oh, sorry, I was Braveheart. He was just a stupid fool. And then he's the last one, because then he doesn't just kill himself. And then we don't have to deal with them anymore. So embarrassed about how we use them for our amusement. Oh, we found the stupidest oaf to kill all the other stupid oafs, and now we just don't have any stupid oafs anymore. Awesome. What a cheap easy way. He wanted to do it too. He was a fucking barbarian. So that he's done. Just go kill yourself. We don't like you. Get the fuck out of the kingdom. Anyway, I just finished smoking this awesome bong, and it's great. I'm high. You know how high I am? I'm super high. Anyway, Well, there's also lighter. It's lime green. It's one of my favorite colors because it makes me think of girls and how the colors blue and yellow get along. Because I think of a girl being like sunshine that'll light up my life, and myself being blue, like the solitary color of like being a blue blood. Like in that show with Tom, what's his name? He was like really much a traditional like manly man, I guess. So that's how it would be put in words, which is the only thing that I care to communicate. And it there's a lot of people with gay thoughts, and that's not me. So I'm just confused about what other people are doing in resistance, causing that to ever be relevant to me. Anyway, the next thing is at 15 minutes. Well, I'll just say the next thing is I should probably wrap up this video, but I'll make one more point first, just because I can. And that's that Sky Blue and Red Foo as party rock rockers really inspired our generation to really just go out there and leave it in the field, I'll say, because field parties were way more what we were about than dance floors. But anyway, if you're not aware of how to party rock and you're not aware of this planet, let me just say Lil Wayne doesn't like you, and he's all about, Young Money. So if you don't think you're Cash Moolah, then you're probably not going to be the funnest people at the dance. Let me just tell you, if you're still shuffling, you better start playing your cards because this hand's about to start. And if you're trying to fold, let's just say, hope you're digging because there's gold everywhere. Anyway, this is Jonathan, Star Walker. Peace out.